before I pull in the other people. Hello there, Twitch chat. How is everyone doing? This is the first Brawl League podcast. So just to get things a bit understood for these podcasts, which are going to be probably about once a month, um, we have the plan of bringing in some special guests such as Baron and Batonic. If you guys do not know these people, Baron is a amazing lore nerd who has so much information about the game and everything about like that. Batonic is a man of many things. He is Baggle's one of Baggle's TO team with myself. He is ex-admin, ex-head of mentoring, and ex-team member for Brawl League. So it's nice to have him back onto the stream, and he's beautiful, yes. Those two are our guests, and our guests will always be listed in the blue. Luca and myself are your hosts, and we will be always listed on the red. So before I undeafen to bring those people in, yeah, I thought I wanted to let you guys know about that.
Does
Hello.
Expired know that?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
Hi,
there we
Expired.
go.
We can hear you now. Excellent.
Yes, I was doing a little bit of an introduction. Hello there, guys. How
Oh.
is everybody? Welcome, Baron. Welcome, Batonic, to
Yeehaw, gamer.
the
Yeehaw.
guest seats. Hi, Luca. You are my host for this, or co-host.
Am I? Oh, cool.
That face
See-
when you don't realize you're co-hosting.
I
Uh,
also should point out that we are going to be giving away some Brawl League avatars today, as well as we have
Ooh, cool.
some nice little announcements for the our upcoming future. But hi Baron, hi Batonic. How have you guys been during everything recently?
Pretty amazing. It's been a ridiculous week for me. But yeah, for many reasons. But yeah, it's been very exciting for me to see all the hype over the battle pass and to see lots of people actually excited about learning more about lore as well. So that's kind of cool. Or maybe just about metadevs. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, realistically, it's the point of teaching, right? It's doesn't matter how it gets there. It's the fact it's taught.
Precisely. We love. Thank you, Aspect. I see you there. We love lore. Lore is nice. Yep. See some people calling that out there in the chat. Very cool.
So we're gonna probably give away a Brawl League avatar every 20 minutes in this. So, one thing I did actually want to talk about to you guys was we have you guys in North America. We're in the UK, of course. How's the quarantine and everything been for you guys?
So, for me, really not a lot has changed. I'm a circuit breaker technician at the place I work at, and it's a shop type of deal. And when we're working on our circuit breakers, we're really already like 6 feet away. We're not always that close. Um, as for me, what I do each day is I wake up, go to work, come home, and play. And why is the Streamlabs bot going crazy in chat?
Giving
Good
tickets to people.
Lord. Oh, okay.
whoa.
Oh my lord. Anyways, yeah, so not a lot has changed. I mean, I haven't been able to go to Chili's in a few months. That's kind of sad, but yeah, I'll survive. Um, we wear masks at work right now, and that's about it. I just have to be safe with who I come in contact with and don't go anywhere. It's really about
Uh,
it.
yeah, for me, kind of some of the same thing. I'm in the western area of the United States, and so my wife and I are both very fortunate to still have our jobs. I work at a library, as you know, if that wasn't obvious by all the things I do. Um, but yeah, it's a university. It's a university library, so we still have people, there to like help check books out and whatever. We still wear masks. We've had lots of policies and procedures change on like what we can check out, what we do,
Hmm.
like quarantining books when they get returned by people, that sort of thing.
Interesting.
quarantining for 3 days, by the way. Like we just have like these shelves for each day of the week, and so when 3 days passes, then we can put the books back on the shelves, feeling confident that they're pretty much safe. Just lots of just changes in for that, and also I've been working from home a bit more often. We've had lots more trainings and meetings over online. Um, it's also been a bit unfortunate to not have other gatherings. Like I've had a couple of like group D&D games that I've run, which haven't been happening, and uh, also we don't really have like church services either. So
Oh yeah.
my wife and I have just been holding our little church service at home every Sunday, which is kind of nice. Um,
Neat.
so, but yeah, things are starting to open up a little bit more. My wife and I still wear masks when we go out in public. Um, but yeah, I do like that things are starting to get slightly more normal as things go on. Um, but yeah, we've been fairly fortunate, all things considered.
Good to hear, buddy.
That's really good to hear. It's also
That's
interesting
good.
you said about the library, because of course Luca and I both study at the same university in England. Our library was one of the first things to close, like
Oh
just
wow,
gone.
huh?
So well, personally, because I write more papers than Luca does. Luca does more coursework and like designing stuff because of his course. I had to hand in all of my assignments without like being able to actually refer to books from a library. I had to then try and find them, and a lot of the time, of course, they're paid. So
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
yeah. I should also point out to Twitch chat, if you guys have any questions for anyone, definitely shoot them our way. I'm happy to.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat actively as well. So yeah.
I kept seeing the question of um like when is Scarlet gonna get deleted? Actually, did you guys see that tweet?
I saw that parody count. That was so funny.
Oh, that Brawlhalla parody account. Yeah.
I actually thought that was real, and I I was like, wait.
Oh, the one that Goodbye Scarlet.
How
Yeah.
long did it
Yeah.
take to make the lore?
And then getting replaced by like Candace or Clayton's or whatever her name was.
Claudia.
Also, Claudia. Also, Ganem. When you say we are top 8, who specifically, and what do you mean by top 8? Like top 8 in tournaments or something like that? Because me and uh me and Expired are actually tournament organizers. We work very closely with Bagel when it comes to the official tournaments.
Yeah. We don't
As,
we don't compete. I'm not allowed to
as,
compete, so
yeah, we're not allowed to compete in those.
I mean you'd be able to compete in terms of like events. I'm just not allowed to compete straight up
Oh, that's right, because you're some
because of the Ubisoft
Brawlhalla thing.
stuff. Yeah.
That's right. Well, I don't want to compete because I'd lose anyways. So, but no, I've never made top 8 in anything.
I've noticed a few questions directed at me. I don't know if there's like a particular format or if you want to wait to answer questions until later, or if this is just kind of a casual hangout thing or
It's
whatever.
casual hangout.
No. Okay. How am I doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing very well. I saw another question from Aspect saying, how long does it take me to make the lore site? I think I set up the lore site, brawlhallalore.blogspot.com, back in August of 2018, I think is when I started it. And I just kind of like, I think it took about a year or so to really set that thing up. I'm still a little bit behind. I still need to do some research on Onyx's lore. I've had a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, it's just kind of a continued work in progress, and I do try to update things or correct things when people point out new things to me and stuff like that. How did I get interested in the lore? I ran into Brawlhalla as a free game on Steam, and then I saw all the stories and everything, and I saw all these kind of weird little connections, like different legends being mentioned elsewhere, and I'm just like, is there a way to like see what all the connections are in there? Like I felt like there had to be some sort of wiki somewhere to help like organize all the lore, and there wasn't. And so I decided I would be the one to do that. Since I already made a lore site for another franchise, a small franchise elsewhere, so I did it for Brawlhalla. And there you go. I don't know why my voice is so soothing.
Yeah, you
I
have
can't really answer that.
an interest. It's
Yeah.
your voice is because of course we first started talking through the D&D stuff in terms of like
Yeah,
actual voice chat. Your voice threw me off when we
did
first
it?
actually spoke. Yeah.
I've been surprised by. I mean, I have made some videos here and there. Not many people have seen them. Me recording myself. I've been surprised by how often people tell me that. I mean, if you want me to sound like some sort of fancy British naval man, I suppose I could do that for you. But we're with some UK people, so I think it would just sound really, really awful and fake.
Oh, Governor, it's all right. Look at me. I'm
This is-
fired.
Hey, Luca, do you want to do an
Oh.
American accent for them?
I don't even know what an American
Cheerio.
accent is.
Batonic.
Yes.
Luca,
Oh,
What? What? Are you saying my accent is a normal American accent?
No, I was
have a-
trying to. He was like, I don't know what a normal American. Well, I don't know what an American accent is, so I said batonic, and he just like made a
No,
noise,
bro.
and then
I don't have an accent. That's the problem. Also, I saw 2 questions being asked to one to me, one to all 4 of us. One saying that who are the best 3 Lance players in NA and EU. So I don't know if that means 6 players or 3 players altogether. But I'm
can we
gonna do
put Lands
6.
in there at least?
Lance is no longer a player.
Lance
He
is
still
an
plays.
honorable. Well,
What?
he's an honorable mention.
He don't
Yeah,
compete.
he's
He
an
plays.
honorable mention.
For NA, it's definitely Kostelix is one of the best 3. If we're talking tournament players, definitely Kostelix. Stingray, also because out of nowhere, he almost won a tournament. Beating
Yeah, that
Sandstorm and
threw
Boomy
me
and other
off.
players. Like,
It was scary.
what? And 3,
You
I'd say
actual.
yeah, because there's so many people who don't play Lance. I mean, some of the other
I was about to ask, is George better than you now or not?
uh
He top 32'd in summer, I'm pretty sure,
maybe.
in twos.
Yeah, he's more consistent than me, so I'd definitely say George has the better Lance. He has more showings. I can't say that I'm that great because I don't have really any showings.
Your
the
showings are all
only
from
times-
2016.
Yeah, the only showing that I have is beating Addy Mestic and getting like 25th or 17th at Shine was with Core. It wasn't with a Lance.
Haha, my man.
Also, yes, I am the best Zerial on the ranked ladder simply because no one plays Zerial. I'm an entire 200 level above the next person because no one plays Zerial.
You know, you actually,
Um,
because you brought up Zero, I actually want to ask this quickly to you. What's your thoughts on the battle pass?
dude, it's sick. It's pretty sick. One of my favorite things is that they took in so many Brawlhalla partners. What was it? 16 people? I think it was
16
16
like that.
people, 14 of them I think were partners because they had the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's 12. There were 12 of them. There were 12 reveals, and 10 of them were the partners. I'm pretty sure, because you had PlayStation and Brawlhalla on like the first
Yeah.
and the 9th one, and the rest were all partners. I didn't realize there were that many partners because like there's no where they were like listed.
Yeah. Let me actually count them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 partners. We are in contact with each other to be able to coordinate stuff like this.
Yeah, who's the one that didn't
So
take part then?
Me.
what do you mean?
I'm kidding. It wasn't me.
There were 12 tweets or 12 posts. One of them was by BMG and one of them was by PlayStation. Which partner didn't?
Oh,
actually...
Calamari Pop. I think because she recently became an intern.
Yeah, so I'm assuming
Yeah,
she's
that's
no
right.
longer a partner because she's now working at BMG.
Yeah.
But
Which
for the rest
is
of the battle
nuts.
pass, yeah, props to Calamari because that's insane.
Yeah. That's living the dream right there. That's
I know
really
people
cool.
have been yelling at BMG like, "Hire Calamari, she's amazing," and she is, and she deserves it. But for the last parts of the battle pass, thank you, Alters. For the last part of the battle pass, the fact that it costs $10 for the gold part or whatever is insane. There's
Oh my
mammoth
gosh,
coins in there,
yeah.
and there's a bunch of skins, and there's a bunch of everything that I swear to God, it would be like $200 worth everything.
Oh,
But
yeah.
It's like almost
$10
3,000
is-
mammoth coins worth of stuff in there for $10. It's insane.
Yeah,
10
I think
US
it's
dollars anyway.
insane.
I think someone
It's
counted the
crazy.
price of like everything together because of course you've got one podium for skins, the epic skin on top of that, the 9 animated avatars, the 4 non-animated avatars, the 4 sidekicks, the 6 taunts, the loading frame, the 12 weapon skins, and the KO effect, as well as the whole color set and 200 mammoth coins. I think it totals over $100, and you're getting it for 10. It's
And
actually nutty.
there's a Zerial skin. That's really all I care about.
And there's a I really like I'm really excited to like I probably won't add a whole lot. I love the theme of the battle pass. I probably won't like add too much of like the battle pass stuff in the lore site because it's really hard to because the canonicity of skins like whether skins are actually in the lore or not is really hard to determine unless Matt Woomer or someone else would. Matt Woomer has told me that some skins are canon.
Yeah, we
He
got
like
the
for,
same thing.
like Molten Core and Apocalypse Mirage, he said are canon, but I would love to know which ones are.
I know Team Spirit Nash is not.
Well, there are
there's-
ones that are obvious that are not, but like I would imagine the Epic Hattori skin might be, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I still want to like research into like all this stuff about Oni, and the Lance skin is an actual yokai, like a paper umbrella yokai. Thank you, Emperor, for the congrats. But yeah, it'll be cool to look into that kind of stuff and talk about it. But I love it.
There was one part in Vrax's lore where he says Vrax defeated he defeated Lance Star Champion.
Lance Star Champion.
And who else was it? The Green Jade Knight or the Jade Green Knight or something like that.
Let me look at Vrax's lore real quick.
And I've thought every single time that has to be one of Orion's skins. At least it has to be, because it's really the only person that would make sense.
For Lance Star Champion being Orion, you mean?
No. For the Green Jade
for the other
Knight.
person.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Could be Roland.
Maybe.
So there's no reference to Jade Knight in Vrax's lore. That would be in Sir Roland's lore.
Whoops, there you go.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. I don't expect a lot of people to like know all this stuff offhand.
I know some lore. I know some. Some of it's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. I did see a question that someone asked, which I'll answer in a second. But interesting thing about Jade Knight though, there are some there are some Jade weapon skins, right, that you can get in Malhalla.
Yeah.
All of those weapon skins have a more they tend to have a more oriental feel to it, which is interesting. So anyway, who knows? There's also like anyway, I could talk about it all day, but let's go on.
I saw a question.
I've seen a question repeatedly, which is how did you guys get your usernames? And I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's the one you wanted to do as well.
Yeah. So for me, it was we were actually just talking about this before the stream started, and mine was I was 12. I thought tectonic plates were really cool at the time. I wanted it to be something like that, but not tectonic, so I made Baytonic. That's it. And without me knowing, it actually means concrete in Finnish. I had no idea, but it works perfectly.
It does. What about you, Luca?
I'll be right back. I apologize.
I really like Pokemon, so I just stick two together.
I see. That does work.
Yeah.
What about you, Baron?
So I play a lot of D&D. I love being a dungeon master. It's a lot of fun. One time when I was a player though, I decided to make a gambler cleric character, so like a cleric, like the healer character, but like a gambler, so he worshipped Lady Luck, and his name was Barendipity, after the word serendipity. And then later I thought it would be a cool name to call myself Barendipitous as for my gamer name or whatever, and it just kind of stuck, and I've enjoyed it enough that I kind of like took it upon myself. So there you go.
Actually, every time I've seen your name, I've always thought of serendipitous, and I'm like,
that's totally where it comes from. Yeah,
I was always thinking it was like a coincidence, but that's actually kind of cool that it's actually like at least linked to it.
Yeah, exactly. Where does expired come from? I don't think I heard about that.
So my old name when I used to play games was just a string of numbers because it was like a school username that I had, so that's what I threw on for like games. And it was only when I started getting into more community-based stuff, I changed my name to Expired Elements because I have a massive love for chemistry.
Okay.
And then I joined the Brawlhalla community, and that changed all because like Sloshula and people like that, Batonic included, were just calling me expired. And so I just shortened my name to expired for simplicity's sake.
Like his milk. Some people are saying that's. Oh, ask. Oh, yeah, a couple people are saying that's
Like
funny.
my milk.
I'll
Can you turn volume
I'll
up on
quickly
expired? I can do that. There we go.
I'll quickly answer a question I saw a little while ago. Someone asked for me if BMG invited me to work in the lore team, would I join? Heck yeah! Uh, I know there is a team of developers in BMG that are specifically the lore team. I believe Brew is one of them. I think White Sheepy is on there. I think Dolce is or
Dolce
was.
is and Woomer is.
And Matt Woomer is like the main lore guy. Like he's the main consultant
Yeah.
for that. It's too bad he's not online very often. Like I have so many questions for him, but maybe someday we'll see. But yeah,
I
if
tried
if
tweeting
I
at him a couple times.
he's not on Twitter very often. It's and
Nah.
it's fine. I get it. He's a busy man with lots of stuff.
Oh, dude.
But anyway, yeah, if I don't really live anywhere near Georgia, so but if I would totally love the opportunity to like actually work on the lore itself. I love organizing it too, and talking about it and knowing it. But anyway,
Someone's asking who drew your profile picture, which was Aki-san, wasn't it, on Twitter?
who drew my? Yeah, so
Yeah,
Aki, yeah, Aki underscore san underscore 02 Aki san. She was taking a lot of requests on Twitter a while back about for Brawlhalla fan art. And I always thought it'd be fun to see. So my previous profile picture on Twitter, which you might see elsewhere, is a public domain portrait of William Waldegrave, first Baron Radstock. All I did, I just searched for a public domain picture of a Baron. That's all I did. And so I just thought it would be cool to have that, but as a in the style of a Brawlhalla legend. And Aki-san did that, and I thought, you know what, this is awesome. I'll use it. So
that is awesome. So we're about.
Expired, did you answer how you got your name?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
you
I
did.
was away.
I was gonna say, you know how I got my name. I'm pretty sure, because you're one of the reasons I have my name.
Oh yeah.
But if we move on, we should be able to give away a Brawling avatar. Which, for reference, these avatars will be going out. Oh, actually, it ends in 30 seconds. That's perfect.
every 20 minutes, I believe you said.
Yeah, I'm gonna be giving them. I'm gonna do giveaways every 20 minutes. But actual getting the codes will be sometime during the week as we're getting a new shipment in. And we have a couple more to give away. Well, I want to give a couple more away than we have, so I'm gonna try and like make sure like no one's missed out. You may not get your avatar instantly, but you will get it this week. I can promise you that.
No one plays gauntlets, alters,
I play gauntlets.
on the professional level. Oh,
Oh.
shit, I just called you bad. I'm sorry.
I mean,
That was not my intent. That wasn't my intent.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, God.
All right, let's pick this winner. Adreno94, are you here? Because if they're not here, then we pick someone else. Cause
Oh yeah, Sandstorm and
Sandstorm
Acno
was nutty,
and-
kind of gauntlet wise.
Oh
Fozy
my
as
God,
well. Used to play gauntlet.
Oh yeah. What did Blaze play gauntlets? I can't remember.
Andrew94 responded.
He did,
At the
and so
moment,
we're gonna give away a second one. We're gonna give away 2 per roll, so we'll give away about 8 today. If that's gonna work out.
I saw someone else won Zeus underscore AR18 from
Yep.
Streamlabs.
So it depends on if they say a thing, but Luca, did you find anything new on gauntlets recently? I thought you did.
What do you mean?
I know you like nuttily lab the game, like just continue labbing the game.
Gauntlets have been the same since they got nerfed.
That's a shame.
Yeah, sadly.
Gauntlets are in a brutal cycle of
They're
getting
bad because
Nair.
Katars exist.
That too. The Katars are kind of like gauntlets, just kind of better because gauntlets have Katars have Nair. Katar Nair is better than Gauntlet Nair, and I feel that gauntlets are just in a brutal cycle of getting Nair buffed and nerfed and falling into meta and falling out of meta simply because of that one move getting the buffs it needs or the nerfs it needs. It's just a weapon that it's a little hard to balance because in the air all three moves send downwards, which sets it up for insanely good strings and such. Um, when you're on the ground. Off stage, it's still great because you're sending them downwards. That's where you want them to be once you're trying to gimp them. Yes, I
Yeah.
did see the gauntlet buffs. It's 2 frames buff on stun time for Nair on gauntlets, I
Are
think.
those buffs
which
like confirmed, by the way, or are they like still?
um
Because here's the thing:
that's
is like, because I don't think BMG have mentioned anything about the mobile patch, but for those who don't know and have mobile beta, you can play the battle pass patch now.
Well, the free one, like in mobile, you can't
Yeah,
buy anything in mobile.
yeah, I know.
They're gonna wipe progress in there. But yeah, still you can check out what the battle pass looks like and some of the
Yeah, I
stuff
was
on
using
there.
it to like find all the colors. And also check out the new skins on Black. They're really nice. But I think it's time for the first announcement from Brawl League. And I'm trying to decide which one's more hype.
you're pregnant.
No.
Yeah. Not yet.
You know what? You guys, excuse me.
I do notice a couple of questions which I'll answer later. Let's wait for expired
Yep.
to give the thing.
Can you guys like the three of you decide on the top or the bottom one? Don't say what they are. Just say top or bottom. Which one are we announcing first?
I like the
top,
bottom one.
top,
Let's do,
top
let's do
first.
Oh yeah.
they're both pretty good, honestly. Do
Yeah.
top first.
Top. All right. So we actually have a picture. We don't have much information on this yet, so this is actually a better one to do first. But you guys will see it now. Brawl League t-shirts and merch will be coming
Let's go, gamers.
soon. And that soon is a really big inflection.
Big soon.
I've always wanted 2015 Brawl League t-shirts.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Question:
So
do I have to? Can I only wear it when the year is 2015?
no, you can wear it any year. The 2015 is of course because Brawl League was founded in 2015. By
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I thought it was like the
Yeah.
current season or something.
You should put like an EST period to say
It was supposed to have
established or something
EST.
like
That's only one of the beta designs.
that. Oh, okay.
But we're
Gotcha.
looking. We are probably gonna get like a bunch of these out. We have a couple other designs, which we're trying to finalize and which ones we want to put out first. This is probably gonna be one. And for Twitch chat, as you guys may want to hear, beanies are coming back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So of course, Baron, you joined what? When did you join Brawlhalla? Like November?
I joined
2018?
Brawlhalla I joined Brawlhalla around when Isaiah came out, like early 2018.
Okay. So I don't know if you saw it BCX that year, but Brawl League had the we put out some shirts and I think we sold like 50 beanies, and there's only ever been 50, and it's been 2 years now.
Wow. Okay,
And
I did
we're
not
putting
realize that.
we're putting some more out. We're confirming everything on those, but we can confirm Brawl League merch will be a thing. Are the D-Light
Nice.
t-shirts only being given out by Debreen nowadays? Yeah, probably, because those were designed from Debreen, I'm
Oh.
pretty sure.
I need to get one from him.
Oh, expired. You have your profile picture has a Brawl League beanie.
Yeah,
That's funny.
so that's
Cool.
I actually
okay,
always
I get it. I
I'm
see.
wearing it now. I always wear the beanie. I swap between like this one and the Brawlhalla beanie I got at Paris Games Week from UV. But yeah, so that's the first announcement, and we'll announce the other thing a bit later. Definitely gonna be more fun for the art people in the community, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Do you mind if I answer a couple of questions?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have like 3 questions. One person said, I can't process that Baron Dipidus is just gold. Yeah, you expect me to be good at the game? Like I mean, I'm a married man. These past 2 years I was in grad school. I recently graduated. Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Finally got my master's in library science. So I'm actually a master of
Hey.
a librarian now.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean So yeah, my Twitter banner says gold level player, diamond level lore master. I truly
Wait.
believe that. I don't expect myself to be that good at the game. I'm just good at the lore, and that's what I'm. That's the hill I choose to fight on, the lore. Anyway, someone asked about like if I have any headcanons and stuff about. Yeah, headcanons is a really fun and interesting thing. Like there's so many holes and gaps in the Brawlhalla lore that you can fill in. Like if you not just ships either, but just all kind of. I have a life. Yes, I do. um, Zeus, yeah, Baron has a life. Yeah, somehow I do.
I don't know what that is. Out of Brawlhalla is pretty much all I
Lore
got.
0 to death. Yeah, Batonic. I love it. Lore 0 to death. Perfect. I main Scarlet. I've always been a sucker for steampunk. That's the thing. So, and Hammer is just fun.
Mm.
Anyway, but yeah, headcanons. I've had a lot. Like I've even like thought a lot about like Aki-san, the person who drew my profile picture. Once made some images about like what if Brawlhalla was in like what if the Brawlhalla characters are in like a mafia setting, which I think is just really really cool. Um, and one headcanon I do have that like I have a theory that Jiro is Hattori's husband because in Koji's lore, the description of the demon that talks to Koji is very similar to Jiro. So that I can qualify that as a headcanon because that's not official. But
Are you on about
also,
the in the
also
room?
What?
Are you on about when Koji goes into the room to kill the person?
Yeah, a demon approaches him
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
my
like
theory of when Koji
slight
kills Jiro.
yeah, he has a slight frame and red eyes, and Jiro has this, he's a I imagine he's like a skinnier guy with red eyes and whatever. And then also defensive theory about who Orion is. I love that. That's like the best theory. That Orion is from an alternative universe, and that the Artemis is the immune response system of the universe, and your immune response system in your body attacks foreign objects, and so Orion being foreign to this universe, being a harbinger, there's a harbinger Orion skin, so a harbinger of bad things to come to this universe. Anyway, all kinds of stuff. I'd love if they made a lore anime. That'd be awesome.
That would be kind of cool. I'd happily binge Brawlhalla lore.
I'd watch that.
Oh yeah.
I like the thing how a lot of the characters, nearly every character in the game, is connected through, even if it's a common bridge through each other.
Oh yeah, and
like all being connected.
I've tried hard to put all those connections in the Brawlhalla lore site on brawlhallalore.blogspot.com. Like when you read the legends page, you also read like the context behind their archetype as well as what connections they have in the lore. People do theorize that Orion is Lance Star Champion. I'm a bit skeptical about that, and I have my reasons for that in my Lance Star Champion page on the lore site. But I need to get on to the other two questions I saw. I don't want to hog I don't want to hog all the time. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I answer questions.
You're good.
I've known
You're good.
Brawlhalla since
Sorry.
Brawlhalla since early 2018, since Isaiah came out. I don't think Baron von Evilstein is actually a good guy.
His name's Evil.
He says evil in there. Josh
Unless
von
it's a
Evilstein, Baron von
misnomer.
Evilstein. Anyway.
It could be a misnomer, but I doubt
anyway,
that.
the other two questions I saw, like, how did I get into the lore? I think I mentioned this a little bit before. I got into Brawlhalla because it was a free game on Steam, and I was like, "Ooh, another like." I was another like, "Ooh, another Smash game. This looks cool, but it's cartoony." And then I started looking into like the Meet the Legends thing in the website, and I'm like, "Dude, all these characters are ridiculous. They're insane. No wonder they're legends among legends in Valhalla." And I think it's just a cool concept that it's not just Norse warriors in Valhalla. I think it's hilarious. And just like seeing all like the fact that the lore was a lot deeper and there's a lot of research that goes into the lore. That's what got me into researching it. And then finally, someone asked if my PFP, if Baron Dipitus were in Brawlhalla, what weapons would he use? I actually have an idea for if Baron was a legend, what his SIGs and what his legends, what all that, whatever, what he would use. I will say Orb because Headmaster Fate has a book, Orb skin, and I love that. The Encyclopedia of Brawl. So definitely Orb. And a cannon. Not with two ends, but one end. Cannon.
I like
because,
that.
Yeah, so it would just like be a big bookshelf, and it's like the canon, like what is canon to the lore or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
orb cannon definitely. I look forward to what the actual orb cannon legend will be, but I would probably definitely do that. My favorite people often ask me who my favorite what my favorite Legends lore is. That's really hard because there's so many good ones. Nyx is one of my favorites because Nyx's lore alone, puns, yeah, exactly. Nyx's lore alone expands the universe exponentially because at first we just had Valhalla, right? In Jala's lore, we had like Apollo, so we know the Greek pantheon is there. But with Nyx's lore, we not only have Norse and Greek, but we also have Egyptian, we have Mesopotamian, we have Celtic, we have an Icruxy god or whatever the frick that is. Um, there's like, and then also Zariel adds Elysium. So there's all kinds of afterlives. Like every single mythology out there is part of the Brawlhalla universe. So the sky's the limit. The universe is
I
the
kind of
limit,
like
really.
that.
you also have
It's-
you have New York in like 1920s time, and
You also have
Right?
Texas.
what like 2000s, because Artemis was some chick from New York.
From New York, yeah, and she likes
Yeah.
strawberry ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
I-
yeah, I say frick all the time. Sorry about that, guys.
Baron,
yeah,
unlike us
I actually
here,
made it.
I actually made a comment before I put stream up saying you guys can swear, and then it specifically said that's directed at Luca and Botanic because Baron doesn't swear.
Fuck.
That's just a
Oh,
personal
of
thing, and
course.
I'm not, and just so it's clear, I'm not offended if you swear. I get it. Different strokes for different people. Not a problem. I actually made a map of where the legends are from. I think in the world, you can find it under miscellany on the lore website. There's a map where I think I pretty much have like where each legend is from, like generally in Europe or like in Japan or China or America or something like that. So anyway.
Nice.
I personally Jesus Lover 34 YT, the anti-Scarlet person, is like, and you said you're family friendly. So I promise that everything I do or say will be family friendly. So just saying, okay. Uh anyway, that'll be all for me for now until
Until you see more
yeah,
lore questions and you
until I
get
see
that
more
like that
questions.
itch and you're like
I'm
lore.
sorry. Yeah, that's the map. Yeah, Botanic found it.
I can
Yep.
Linked it in our but yeah, it's on the lore site. I think I put Onyx in there. I can't quite remember, but it's pretty
Oh,
recent.
I just realized with this map, this this entire universe and Rayman being in the game means that Rayman is canonically part of this world.
Oh yeah, totally. He totally is.
Good
Not sure
lord.
about the other crossovers, but Rayman for sure because there's actually lore to it. The Glade of Dreams and all that.
So funny.
Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that like anyone who are asking me questions, like that I answer them. That's all from me for now anyway.
There needs to be a legend from Australia where it's just Kyler Alice is in the game.
wait, what about Reich?
Right. Like
Well, that's
yeah,
wrong. Because it's right.
empty
Wow.
spots include Australia, New Zealand, Africa, except for Egypt, of course. I don't know, like I'm guessing Nash is from like South America or maybe from Africa. I don't know, but
Nash, I'm pretty sure is from
it's hard to
Valhalla
tell.
because it
Well,
says he's there before the gods.
right, but like I'm pretty sure he was on Earth. Like like he fought the primordials, and the Scarlet herself fought primordials on Earth, and
True.
so Nash is just way in the past. And when he died, he ended up in Asgard, I guess. I don't know. That's my guess.
Well, in his lore, it says that he was called. Oh, what was it? I just had it. He was called Longfang by the Sabertooths, and
Yeah.
Sabertooths lived in the. Oh God, what is it?
From the Americas.
Pleistocene epoch.
Actually, I think I
Ooh.
actually mentioned that on the let's see.
Yeah.
Similodons, which is what you're talking about, long saber-toothed tigers. They lived during the early Pleistocene to early Holocene age, the Ice Age, and they were discovered in like the Americas area.
Yeah,
So that's why I put Nash there,
I'm
but
just
that's about
learning
it.
things.
it says North America and South America, coast to coast. So yeah, I guess that worked just fine.
Yeah, it's but yeah, all that stuff all of this research I put on the Brawlhalla lore and context website. So yeah.
Crazy.
Anyway,
So does that mean Nash was the very first Valhallan?
I would say so. Yeah. Although technically, like Nash arrived at like Asgard is the land where the city of Valhalla is, and so you might argue that the people who founded Valhalla itself or were the first Valhallans, but Nash was certainly there before Valhalla was built, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Neat. I wonder
So
if it's just a land that exists out of time entirely. Maybe.
Batonic people are someone's asking what are our favorite fan ships.
Like, do you mean relationships?
Yeah, like there are lots of
legend.
Brawlhalla
There's a
fans
lot of
out there
legend
that
ships.
ships certain legends. They're asking who our favorite ships are of those.
For mine, Aki-san actually popularized it with me a
Oh
little bit.
yeah,
Mirage and Orion is a pretty cute one, made even more cute by their art from it.
I do like Mirage and Orion because it could actually be canonical. Mirage said to
Yeah.
Orion, Baron plus Schwarpy.
Oh,
Mirage
no.
actually, Mirage actually said, of all the afterlives, you had to walk into this one. What are you calling yourselves these days? And she said that to Orion, which is so perplexing, and I love it. And Mirage like traveled back in time from the early 1900s to like ancient Egypt. So who knows what the heck is going on there? I also do really like Davin's ship of Sentinel and Queen Nye. Davin has a really cool complex story that they're working on, where Nye and Sentinel, their daughter's named Amanda, and all that stuff. I really like that. I think Davin has a lot of really cool stuff with that one. So, but I do agree with Aki-san's Orion plus Mirage. Yeah, Aspect. I agree. Davon is really awesome.
I'm gonna ship them Roland and Hypernia together.
That is
wow.
canon. Yep, there we go. Yep.
I see. I have. I can't remember who popularized art-wise with it, but I kept seeing so much art of it of Bryn and Val, and it just seemed. I saw so much wholesome
yeah.
like.
Oh yeah, they are.
Like-
They're good friends. They're good friends in the lore. They watch
Mm.
kung fu movies and they
Mm.
make fun of Orion together. So there is that. I can really see
was-
that.
That was Chum Peak or Chum Beak or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
What about
but
you,
I
Luca?
follow
Do you have
them.
any ships?
I have seen some art of like Caspian and Lucian.
Okay.
I've seen lots of that. Yeah, I mean they're
Yeah.
both thieves. Although Caspian's a bit more flashy than
And
Lucian is.
Yeah.
they stole each other's hearts. Oh, it was a match made in heaven. It was a match made in Valhalla.
I like.
Oh,
So, Baron, you
Shut
probably
up.
picked up on this quite quite early on seeing Lucian, but of course he's based on Dick Turpin, or at least
Dick-
I would say
wait,
he
what?
is. Lucian.
who?
Dick Turpin. What?
Yeah, the Highwayman.
Well, I mean, I know of like highwaymen in general.
Oh,
I've,
okay.
I've,
There is
I've seen different names for of famous highwaymen.
there is a Highwayman called Dick Turpin, who seems to be the only difference is Dick Turpin was English, while Lucian
Lucian is French.
theorized has been French.
Oh, he totally is French.
Yeah, it's more like obvious, but it's a lot of the lore. I'd have to probably go back into it and look, but a lot of the lore seems to link up to me where it'd be Dick Turpin.
Well, different. Well, when I
mean-
looked at lists of famous highwaymen, I've seen like there were 4 that I found from France. I don't know a whole lot about them right off the top of my head, but there's like Louis Dominique Gauthausen, Louis Mandarin, Nicolas Jacques Pelletier, and Claude Duval, who was French but lived in England. There were certainly lots more. So,
Oh, of course.
and of course, there's the famous Alfred Noyes's poem, "The Highwayman."
I
as
like
well.
how this has turned into just, hey, let's talk about Brawlhalla lore.
I,
I should
I'm
point out to everyone who's watching the
Sorry.
stream, this planned wasn't just to plan out any conversations or topics. This was more just to talk with these guys.
just to hang out, yeah.
So lockdown still going on strong in the UK. I assume it's going on for you guys in your states. Not too sure. Because I'm pretty sure Georgia's opened back up from what I know, which is painful.
Yeah, things are opening back up slowly out here,
man.
depending on where you are. I wouldn't say things are in total lockdown. Some businesses and restaurants are opening with certain precautions, of course. But yeah. I have seen Fenrir Mordex's lore. I thought Aspect mentioned. Pretty cool. I thought they did a pretty good job with that. So anyway,
For what's the word for our state, my state, North Carolina, and my county, Mecklenburg, we actually have the highest amount in the state. That's in part because we are the most densely populated part of the state, with
Hmm.
Charlotte having the highest population of North Carolina and one of the most populous in the country. And Mecklenburg is just a huge county itself, but we're also expected to rise, and we're still rising. And we half opened 2 weeks ago.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, we're not Georgia by a long stretch, but still.
I mean, so I know yesterday a lot of places like Hyde Park had a large amount of protests about the lockdown and everything going on. With a large amount organized by an anti-vax group, which really pained me
Oh
to see
dear.
that. There was an image. Lucas sent me the image. I'm gonna try and find it quickly.
Oh
And
god,
I've already
that
found it
image.
because it's like really close in our DMs.
Oh yeah, the there was a woman in North Carolina who was leading the entire lockdown protest and everything. She got COVID.
Oh
Like,
dear, the irony.
Irony
I
is
don't wish
sweet.
I don't wish things like that on people, but dude, that is karma.
That is funny.
So this
Oh,
image was from Hyde Park yesterday. Which I'll also post into this group DM so you guys can see it without looking at the stream. But Botanic, what does that sign say? Just read it as you normally would.
I am
Oh,
a free. I
dear.
am not a man. I number. What the heck? Whoa! I am a free man. I am not a number. That's what it tries to say.
It
But it says
does.
I am a free. I
The
am.
formatting on that is
I am.
oh, that's so cringe.
I am not man. A number.
The guy got
Oh
arrested
dear.
shortly after that.
What, for bad grammar? Oh,
Hopefully.
Yeah, like I actually I actually was once a full-time proofreader and editor for like English. I studied like English language and linguistics and whatever, and as an undergrad, and gosh, that hurts my soul. Uh, uh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, no.
That's
So
funny.
that was in Hyde Park yesterday, which is like a park in London. Because they were trying to protest the lockdown, which has been going effective from the like since the beginning. But of course, people are dumb.
Even that argument, I'm a free man, not a number. Like, no one's trying to like make you less free with lockdown. Like,
They're trying to make
anyway.
sure you can be free.
They're trying to, whatever. Anyway.
Just for
It's-
reference, to everyone who's winning the giveaways that we do every 20 minutes, you'll be getting those codes during the week. You do not need to DM any of us. We'll send you those codes via Twitch Whispers sometime in the week. We'll make sure to ping in our Discord when we get them. They've all been sent out to you guys. So you guys don't need to worry about that.
I keep seeing the anti-Scarlet Pope asking me some questions. Specifically, like this person, like they call themselves Jesus Lover 34YT, but like on Twitter and on Reddit, they're like the anti-Scarlet Pope. I think it's so
see them
funny.
they're on the
that-
subreddit. I see them a
which
lot.
I think it's just funny. Like as far as I can tell, it's all good fun and that's great. What do I specifically like about Scarlet? I think I mentioned before, like I'm a sucker for steampunk. Honestly, I really think steampunk is really cool. Also, I think the hammer and lance weapons are just kind of fun, and so I just started playing Scarlet a lot. I like lots of other legends too. Like, if you don't like Scarlet, that's fine. I don't care. But yeah, I like Scarlet's archetype, which is steampunk inventor, basically. But yeah,
See, that's why I like Artificer in D&D because I feel
yeah,
like I can get
exactly.
that design.
And
So
then like someone saying they like cyberpunk more than steampunk, and I mean we have
actually,
Ada for cyberpunk, so there's that.
we
you
also
got
have
Ada,
Val.
you got Val, you.
Val as well.
Then you
Actually,
got.
saying that to whoever said about the cyberpunk, if you have some money on Steam, there is a game on like to spend on Steam. There's a game on Steam called Cloudpunk, and you are a delivery driver in a cyberpunk city, and it is a beautiful game.
Oh, you like there's all kinds of quote unquote punk things. Like rock punk is a thing, elf punk, gear punk, steampunk, diesel punk, all kinds of things. Like it like cyberpunk was like the main thing. My Scarlet's like at level 38 or something like that. But yeah, cyberpunk and steampunk are the most popular ones, but you can pretty much put almost anything in front of punk and you can kind of like that's like what the society and the technology is based off of and whatever.
Yeah.
Or leather punk or whatever.
Is there a
Um,
punk?
That's you.
I would not doubt it, honestly. I have spent money in the game. I will buy the battle pass. Definitely, the battle pass is amazing. I recently got the collector's pack actually, and can we talk about how Scarlet is unironically the most important part in the lore? I hate to disappoint. Scarlet's not the most important person, unfortunately. She did save the world. I will say that. I actually did. For a contest in Amino or something. I did create a. A Scarlet skin where she's like a construct created by Baron von Evilstein when she lost against him as an alternative universe. So it's but yeah, Scarlet did a lot of amazing things, and again, she did save the world in her time, but she probably wasn't the most important in the universe. I would say.
I would possibly disagree for the fact that she made the rocket lance. She invented the rocket lance.
Oh, she did invent the rocket lance. Yeah,
And
she did
so
invent a lot of
without that,
things.
you can't have Vector. You can't have Orion. You can't have Ulgrim. Artemis.
I imagine Ulgrim. I imagine Ulgrim made his own lance because Ulgrim and Scarlet argue with each other about how to build things or whatever.
True.
So there is that. Like other people probably would have made lance, but Scarlet did make time travel. She made lance. She made land mines. She makes all kinds of things. So okay, so she is pretty important. I did somehow forget about that a bit.
But actually,
yeah,
I have a question.
Hmm?
And I know the answer from Luca because I talk to him daily. Botanic, you have a Switch, right?
Hmm.
Have you been playing Animal Crossing?
Yeah, I've been playing some.
Battle Pass sometime next week. Not sure exactly when.
Yeah, we're not sure when it comes out, but it's predicted next week. Yeah, I wanted to hear how you've been finding Animal Crossing. I don't know if you have it as well, Baron.
I don't actually. There's a fun little argument between Jadeware, Sataya, and Schwerpy about Animal Crossing because Jadeware, Sataya, and also like other people I know, like Cyan Petra and others, love Animal Crossing. If I had it, I probably would play it a lot, but I've never been into the series myself. It's adorable though.
It
looks so
tremendously
precious.
adorable.
It's very cute, very homey, and very chill.
Who's your favorite animal, Botanic?
Kid Cat. One of my favorite animals is Kit Kat because he was one of the originals I had in Wild World. There's also Jay and Goldie.
Oh, I know that. They're cute.
Okay, I had to look up Kid Cat, but that's adorable.
Bro, he's like a racing cat, bro.
I'm still keeping track. I'm still keeping track of questions directed to me, and I'll answer them later.
I just can't read.
See, all this is done, Baron, is it's meant you now have just a bunch of questions you have to answer later.
Yeah.
We didn't think about this.
Maybe I should just stop talking and let you guys talk more. I'm so sorry.
Luca, what is your description thing on Discord? Oh, it's his Switch code.
Yeah, that's the Switch code.
A Switch friend code.
Do add it. Thank you.
Luca would like friends.
Yeah.
Botanic, is it true that you're not allowed to beat someone on their birthday at LAN?
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Is it true that
Chris,
you're not allowed to beat someone on their birthday at LAN?
This is true. You are not allowed to beat someone on their birthday at a LAN. And during Shine 2019, that happened. Remy and Boomy beat me on my birthday. That's completely illegal. I had them thrown out of the venue.
Oof.
I also let them win, but they weren't supposed to take the win. So you know,
Your birthday's the 26th, right? Of
24th.
Oh fuck! How would I forget that? I used to never forget that. You're the day before the evil man.
It's okay. Sometimes I forget that.
It's all right.
Mm,
Sometimes I forget Luca's birthday.
Mordhau.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Don't worry.
Imagine forgetting. That.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that. I will admit, because of course I don't actually own a Switch. However, Terraria 1.4 dropped yesterday, and
Oh,
Oh
expired.
yeah, I keep hearing a lot about that.
it's
Expired.
great. Hello.
About you not owning a Switch. So I want you to look around and find your light switch right quick.
Currently, if I look around from where I'm sat, I cannot actually see my light switch. So
Well, if you go to it and then put an Animal Crossing sticker on it, then boom, you have Animal Crossing on Switch.
Nice.
Perfect. Big
Big
brain
brain.
time.
I might have to do that just to tweet it. But yeah, so I've been playing a decent amount of Terraria, which is insanely fun. Everything's
try it out.
hard. But what was really funny to me was because the game now randomly generates world names.
Does it?
Yeah, so the
interesting.
world
Please
we're
don't.
playing in, Luca, is Plateau of Anxiety.
Oh, that hit home today.
But yeah, the game is insanely fun. Is it time for another giveaway to draw? I'm
Might
trying to
be.
keep an eye on this. No, there's 9 minutes left.
Okay.
So what we'll do is at the end of that one, we'll announce the next thing, which I hope all of the art people in chat are excited for. But
I have another list of questions if people. I don't know if you want me to still answer questions.
Feel free
or
to
what.
answer questions if you want to answer questions.
I'm happy to. I just want to make sure that I'm not seen as like dominating this too much.
Nah, dude, you're good to go. But Expat, have you seen? Have I got the Zenith in Terraria? No. We're still pre-hard mode. We just killed the Eye of Cthulhu like just before this stream.
I
I
gotta say,
haven't
I'm a
seen the
huge
Zenith.
fan. I'm a huge fan of Cthulhu, the Cthulhu mythos. I think that's just
Cthulhu's
really
great.
cool.
Actually, so I got really excited. I don't know if you guys have seen Sabrina on Netflix. Talking about
Oh,
Cthulhu.
yeah.
I've heard of it.
It's basically just a redesign of not a redesign, not a remake, but
Sabrina
it's
Teenage Witch, right?
yes, yeah. But season 3 follows like Eldritch stuff, like Eldritch horrors,
Ooh, nice.
and it was really exciting to see it slowly go through. And I'm not, of course, not going to spoil the reveal of the end episode, but I got very excited. I
Fair
really want to
enough.
do like Cthulhu's probably like my favorite. It's the most common, but it's also like probably my favorite just design of like a monster because of course it's not meant to be a monster that you get like a boss bar or a health bar on. It's just meant to be a game over sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm personally a fan of the whole like Yellow King thing. In the mythos, there's a play that when people read the play or watch the play, they go insane. And there's some sort of weird non-Euclidean alternative universe called Carcosa, and there's some entity called the Yellow King. Some people call it Hastur. In fact, I think like I think there's like a reference to Hastur somewhere in Terraria. But anyway, really cool stuff. And most of H.P. Lovecraft's stuff is public domain too, which is why you see it all over the place.
Yeah,
So
it's nice.
it's really cool.
Public domain is nice. I wish more things were going into it, but you know.
What is public domain?
There is lots of really cool existing stuff in public
So
domain.
the public
but yeah.
domain is basically after a certain amount of years, content that is created by people loses the copyright ability on it in terms of like, so for example, all of the old Snow White and everything like that, I think is in public domain.
Oh, right. Okay.
However, so you could go and make a Snow White movie or whatever. I don't know if you
Yeah,
can
you
now
mean-
because Disney is a thing and pain.
Disney is extremely protective of their things, unfortunately. But again, like I think like the very edge of public domain, at least in America anyway, are things like so H.P. Lovecraft is up there. Sherlock Holmes, for example. No, I don't have any children. I'd love to sometime, and my wife and I would love to sometime. I don't know when next week the Battle Pass is coming. But anyway, I guess maybe I should just answer some of the other questions. I have like 4 questions on my list now. I've just been writing them down as people have
Fire
asked.
away.
I'll stop apologizing. A while ago, someone asked if I could about writing lore for skins, like what lore would I write for what skins or whatever. There's so many skins I can't keep track of them, but I certainly could. Like I can make guesses as to which skins are canonical. For example, like Mirage the Cleaner could be one, or like a lot of Scarlet skins could certainly be canonical. Um, Stuff like that. Uh, anyway, people asked about my age and birthday. I don't wish to say exactly what my age or my birthday is because that is a secure that is a security thing. Like if you give people your actual like full um, month, day, year of birth date, then that is a bit of a security issue. I will say that I am in my late 20s, and my birthday isn't for a while. So yeah, I'm certainly older. Maybe I'm as old as I sound. I don't know. Final questions, and maybe I'll come. Someone asked if I could do a pun sometime. I'll try to come up with one. Final question for now. Someone asked about how canonical the Horde mode is. Horde mode, of course, went with Hellboy, and with crossovers in general, I'm not entirely sure about canonicity for that. But I kind of imagine that since we have like a map at least for each of the crossovers and whatever, or game mode, I imagine like Valhalla is a very opening and welcoming place, and they'd have visitors come or something like that. I would imagine. There's just no like official lore for it. It certainly would not surprise me that demons would try to get into Valhalla. Um, I know, like in Zariel's lore, we know that Elysium, where Zariel comes from, they're preparing for a demon invasion from the hellish realm of Gehenna. So there's that. So anyway, yeah.
I have a theory about crossovers in the game. Because of course Rayman was the first one, right? Rayman was the first.
Right. Yeah.
No, Shovel Knight
Wait,
was
no.
first.
Shovel Knight was the first,
which
but
does
Rayman was a big one because he's actually a legend, and he has
that
lore.
Shovel Knight coming before Rayman kind of cancels out my theory in a sense, but at the same time, we're not sure in the canonicity of the arrival times of Legends.
Exactly. That's a big
The one theory I
question mark.
have is the day they join the like the date they join the game is the date they died. But I don't have anything for them like joining in that sense in terms of like different time between each other. But I do have this theory.
Technically, wait, before you continue there.
Technically, the achievement hunters were first.
No. Bodvar didn't die.
Of course, you're right. Bodvar didn't. But then in
Nor-
that sense,
nor
it
did
would
Or-
be
Nor did Orion or Bryn,
yeah.
just to
In
name a few.
those ones that didn't die, my theory is that those are the days they joined the grand tournament.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Also, people are pointing out the Rano skin from Rise of the Ether. That was
so
the actual first one.
technically it wasn't. There was an achievement hunter duo before, which is the Mogar Nash and Mad King Roland, came out in 2016.
But wait, that's not like a character from someone, is it? Somewhere, is it?
They are actually two characters from Achievement Hunter's TV show X-Ray and Vav.
Oh, I did not know that. I don't really follow
And
them.
as well
So
as
that's
that,
interesting.
they are both skins that Michael and I can't think of his name.
Ryan.
Ryan use in their Minecraft playthroughs. They use both the Mad King and also Mogar, which are two characters that got built through them playing the games. Those are the
actually
first
pretty
two.
cool. That's pretty. I have noticed that some skins have like
the
an
little
icon
icons.
with it and
So
whatever.
there are a bunch of different reasons. So there's first of all the achievement hunter ones. There's the Rano one, and then you have like I think Fats's has an icon, doesn't it, Botonic?
Say that again.
Fats's
Mirage skin?
no,
Zufat?
it's Zufat's put the Sentinel in. Presidential.
President Sentinel. I love that one. I have that one. That's one of my favorites.
That's pretty good.
So I'm gonna quickly answer this.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Champion of the first Battle Brawl Invitational 9/11/16. Twitch.tv/Fats. There you go.
But
I have that skin.
I do too.
Oh, there's
But
also part of the Creed's Ragnar skin.
yeah, so it's things like that. If they're referencing or made or helped designed by someone else, then they're usually having an icon on them. I did just see the question of, is Brawl League hosting anything at BCX? If I'm completely honest with you, I'm still not sure if we're going to BCX as Brawl League. Primarily because of all the quarantine stuff. Georgia's already opened back up to a degree.
We might see Georgia shut right back down if they get too many cases again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's my concern is I don't want to
Future's very
have any
uncertain.
of my team in Georgia. If like, first of all, I can't see DreamHack actually continuing if there's another if like they have another spike for DreamHack Atlanta, which is where BCX is, which means BMG would stop and stuff like that. But it really depends on how the world is in November, if we'll see anything from Brawl League
Yeah.
there. But I do have. I'm gonna quickly pick these two winners, and then. Oh wow, it's Yeti Teros.
Oh, yeah,
like-
I recognize that name.
Yeah, he follows me on Twitter.
Congratulations.
And as well as Yeti
Congrats.
Teros, it's Jesus Lover 34.
Ah, yes, of course, the anti-Scarlet Pope. rigged, I tell you.
This is rigged now. However, it is now time
That's
to
funny.
announce the second thing. I'm really yeah, you guys aren't getting that thing yet. You guys all going for it after that second one. So I know there's a lot of artists in the Brawlhalla community, and we wanted to kind of give back in a sort of way. And with that, we are announcing the Brawl League Art Contest. Starts
Very
today,
exciting.
right this minute. The contest has
Hmm.
started. It ends on June 7th. So you guys have about, I think that's 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think about 3 weeks.
It is 3 weeks exactly. If you guys want to know how to, you see the prices there. We have so total wise, we have $150, 4 Brawl League avatars, and 2 Enemy on Board Founders packs. Thank you to Enemy on Board for those packs. They are really fun. They're kind of like the Brawlhalla All Legend packs. But we'll be tweeting out about this as well. So for everyone who hasn't seen this, who isn't in the stream. But this Brawl League art contest, if you would like to enter it, head over to brawlleague.com/art to read the full terms and conditions. And all the little bits of rules. We'll be first to third. Actually, we're doing first to fourth.
Wow, that was a struggle.
Yeah, no, it was. And also, just so you guys know, brawlleague.com/art will tell you the prize splits and everything like that. Which I can also read out for you guys now. First place gets a Brawl League avatar, $75, and the Founders Pack. Second place gets the avatar, $45, and the Enemy on Board Founders Pack. Third place gets an avatar and $30, and fourth place gets the avatar. So all four get the avatar. Voting wise will be completely based on community. We might have a couple people pick some favorites who might also hand out some Brawl League avatars through that of maybe head favorites or something. But everything over there, you need to see the rules and terms. That's all you need. We'll be doing a reminder about that probably at the end of the podcast, but also we'll tweet out about it and also ping in our Discord so everyone can see about it. But that's that, which really bad transition from me with that one. But I wanted to
Since
get
when
that out
has
there.
this whole episode ever been about transitions?
I wanted to get that out there because we wanted to give back to the art community for Brawl. And so
The art community is absolutely insane. I have just been I'm blown away with each passing day by the kinds of things that all the
Oh, I
artists
know,
in the
right?
community post.
So we'll
Like,
make one more giveaway in here, and we'll finish up at the end of that giveaway. So about 20 minutes left.
alright.
So if you guys have any questions, or if you have anything you want to ask any of us for, it's perfectly fine to do so.
I see
However,
2 more
I
questions.
did just
Oh.
probably just fill chat before people could grab questions. But
Oh.
I want to
Anyway,
just ask Luca, how are you?
I'm alright. That's
Good
it,
talk.
pretty much.
Good talk.
Someone, I think someone tagged all of us asking if any of us have been getting questions about JoJo crossovers. I've never been getting
Oh
questions
my
about that.
God.
I've never been getting questions about it specifically. I personally have never really followed JoJo, but I see enough of it on my Twitter feed. Uh, so if it happens, it happens. If not, that's fine. I personally don't have any strong feelings about it. JoJo seems a bit too gory for my personal tastes at times, but anyway.
See,
Every podcast has that one guy who
I
sits
just
back and listens. Luca.
Yeah, that's my
Uh,
bad.
He's here.
I
He
don't
exists.
personally. I don't like JoJo. Um,
Gasp. You'll be
so
Right.
shot.
I
by
You're
couldn't.
someone.
cancelled.
I couldn't care less about JoJo crossovers. I still want that Codename Kid Next Door crossover.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Also, I do see a question about can you join the Brawl League team. If you head into Brawl League Discord, there is a channel called Applications, and you can apply through those. We check those every once in a while.
Maybe I might need to make clear I'm not part of the. So I think the other three people here are part of Brawl League. I'm not officially part of it. I'm just
I'm not.
good.
I'm not either.
Oh, you aren't either.
No,
Okay,
so
cool.
you two
I'm
are our
ex-
guests this week
Right,
for this
okay.
one, which is why you guys are in the blue. Blue is for the guests. Red is for
Ah,
the
I see.
hosts.
I haven't been paying attention to that thing. Okay, cool.
I wanted
Nice.
to at least do that. Botonic is Bagel. Botonic's kind of
I'm-
neither.
I'm, as Lefstick described, honorary Bagel. Every single official tournament that happens online,
hmm
spring championships, all that stuff. I am one of the. I am the the tournament moderator along with expired. If you let me finish expired, and with most of the lands happening in North America, any ones that I go to, I'm just there to get them anything that I can do for them, help out BMG, help set things up, etc., etc. I'm pretty much as close as I can get to being Bagel without actually being Bagel, which
Yeah,
is still pretty sweet.
maybe you'll get a
Um,
Bagel t-shirt though.
I like t-shirts. I want a Bagel t-shirt.
That's a question for Mr. Leftstick. But yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, you guys owe me stuff.
So for reference, Baron is a Brawlhalla partner and a massive lawman who knows literally probably the most out of everyone in the community to do with law.
That might be true, as far as I can tell.
Botonic is is a TO for the community and ex Brawl League staff member. Myself and Luca both work with Brawl League as community managers. When will the legendary casting combo of Toast and Tazza return? I don't think that's ever gonna return. Do you, Botonic? Because Toast doesn't cast anymore, does he?
Wait.
Toast
what's
and
gonna return?
Tazza.
Toast and Tazza casting?
Yeah, I don't think that's
Toast
gonna
doesn't-
happen because Toast doesn't cast
doesn't-
anymore.
Yeah, he's only a caster if something goes catastrophically wrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Regular
TO,
Toast-
Toast
was on.
League admin and monitor kisser. Shut up, alters. It's what I do, brother. For my highest placement in a tourney for non-official for community, 9th for for official, 17th. 25th, 17th, I don't know. It's Shine. It's the one I beat Addy in, and that helped me get up a little bit higher. And then I immediately lost to Boomy. So
I did see a question about where you guys can pre-order a shirt. So that was literally kind of just a teaser of what's coming. We'll probably go crazy on announcements when those are out and ready to go. Currently, pandemic kind of stopping us, but we wanted to give you guys that little bit of hope. We also don't want to release it in the pandemic because you guys probably have more important things to spend your money on than Brawl League t-shirts and beanies. But definitely in the future, those will be coming out. I have a question for you guys.
All right.
If you could add in one legend that isn't yourself, what would they be using?
Oh
Sorry, can you
dear.
say that again? Say that again.
If
I'm
you
sorry.
If we
could
could,
add
if we
in
could
a
make our,
legend.
if we could make our own legend,
Oh, it'd have to be Lance Gauntlets, and he'd be a Junker guy from Barraza's timeline.
that would be pretty cool. We don't have very many like apocalypse sort of things. Yeah, if I were to make a legend, I know Brawlhalla's process is to usually either think about the weapon pairing first or the archetype first or a bit of both. There's also a question for Batonic, by the way. What's the dumbest reason why you were summoned for a tournament match as an officer when you
Dude,
want to think about that? But I'll
there.
quickly answer.
Go ahead.
I'll quickly answer mine, and then anyway,
Go ahead.
I do like the I I'd love to see orb cannon or hammer cannon. I like those weapons a lot. They're just kind of fun and really cool concepts. As far as archetype, gosh, it's hard because they've been doing so much. There's still so much you can do. Um, Honestly, I think it would be cool to like legit have like Baron von Evilstein or Josh von Evilstein in there somewhere, or Lance Star Champion. That would be kind of cool.
Do we have Lance Gauntlets?
No.
No.
No, we don't.
I want
We
Lance
also don't have
Gauntlets.
Lance Bow.
Or Lance
We do have
Katars.
Vector
Lance
is Lance
Bow?
Bow.
Oh yeah,
We
Vector's
don't
a thing.
We don't have Lance Bow.
Doesn't exist.
That character is only Bow.
So I actually want to hear Batonic's what Batonic is
Yeah,
gonna say is
please,
his
go ahead.
dumbest TO moment. Because I have
Oh,
a
dude.
couple.
There are so many. There are so many. There was one time I was dealing with Calamari Pop, and someone was just trying to waste her time, and they typed in chat, or she asked them to send a message of proof of wins, and they typed in chat image.jpg, and she said that's not how that works, and then they typed image.jpeg.png, and then she was like, that's also not how it works, and
I
they're
know.
like,
I
yeah, we're just
remember
trying to
this
waste
one.
our time. There's
Oh
also
No.
wow!
So
there's also the times of what's the word? One person, I will never have this happen again. One person called me hot. They were asking on a dispute. Their dispute was wrong. They were like, my opponent sucks. Hey, Batonic, are you a girl? You're hot.
so I of course had that one that went around the Brawlhalla community for a tiny bit. And it went on to scrub quotes as well, because Tilty pinged them for, tagged them for it, which was the whole like, this guy's spamming, and I was like, that's not against the rules.
Oh, I remember that actually.
Yeah, so that one was
That was
quite
like a
recent.
month or so ago,
Yeah,
right?
that one was. I think that was for Springs, wasn't it, Batonic?
I love that. People just
I will admit, so there's this little thing. So generally we don't show post screenshots of like mod requests because of course a lot of the time they are just generally a thing. Sometimes they're funny and stuff like that. But I do genuinely wish sometimes people would just tag like or like tweet them out if they have an interesting one.
Well, John
Um,
did, or Jan, however you
yeah,
say it.
that was like the first one I've seen though for a while from like the Brawlhalla community.
well,
Uh,
usually it's only funny if you're like on the mod side, right? Uh,
no.
oh no? I mean, like usually if you're approaching a moderator during a tournament, either you have a problem or your opponent has a problem. It's usually not funny at the time. I don't know. I only did one tournament one time, and I just like
Um,
I know very little about the actual tournament stuff and esports and whatever.
It's funny in hindsight, if that makes sense.
Okay, that does make a lot of sense. Yeah.
so
Like,
I've
it's funny because of the ridiculousness of some. Some of them are just stupid,
I've
dude.
had so I had one similar to Kala's, which was they tried to send me a screenshot, but they were just kind of sending me their file directory in chat.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
right.
and on top of that, we had there was one I had I think it was during Winter Champs this year, and it was like they'd lost and they were like expired, look the other way. I was like no, and they kept pushing for it because it's odd to me that someone would request a moderator to try and get like to try and be put forward when they don't win.
Some of them are just the silliest
Actually
things, man.
saying that, I remember one from back when we were doing Friday Night Brawl in like 2017. and they were like, "Hey, I'll give you CCs if you let me win."
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Bribe-
no. What?
Oh yes, someone tried to
That's
bribe
wrong
me.
on so many levels.
Someone tried to bribe me with money. With the last tournament we did for Springs. I can't remember if it was Brazil or not. I think it was Brazil. They tried to bribe me with money,
Oh gosh.
and I was like, that's like a double
Not
DQ.
how. I love it. Someone keeps asking about World Holla. I don't know what that is.
World Holla.
Oh,
What do
they
you?
also they
Oh,
also threatened to sue me and their opponent for me DQing them for
I remember that one.
falsified scores. Uh,
What?
eh,
Ouch. Yikes. Hmm. Okay.
There's some
Wow.
interesting ones that happen. Definitely. I think I said this during Springs. Botonic, I could probably write a book together about the different things we've had. Not just from funny and like experiences with tournament organizing, but also all of the hell and horrors we've had with like Pool B2,
yeah. Oh yeah.
and stuff like
Oh.
that. But
Someone asked if they could submit an animation for the art contest.
I'd say yes.
That'd be pretty cool.
We kind of didn't think about animation wise, but yeah, if you have animation you want to do, feel free to do animation for the art contest. Art is art.
That is true. Yeah.
Send expired brick paintings.
Please don't.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Someone also asked me a while ago who I think had the least impactful lore. I'm not sure. I'm looking over at my lore page about like the different at all the names and everything. Like each of them, like so many of them have so many different like connections and stuff. It's hard to say. Least impactful is a very vague term. I will say Rayman is the least connected, perhaps, because Rayman literally comes from just like a different dimension, essentially, that really never had anything to do with Brawlhalla before. So, if you want to talk about like impact, I mean, then again, Kung Foot is a pretty big impact. So,
Literally bringing a whole new sport.
a whole new sport, exactly. So it's really hard because even if I could think of, even if I mention like slightly more quote unquote mundane or less magical or amazing legends like uh I don't know. Isaiah is more modern, but he has a really cool, but he a lot of cool stuff with like with Sentinel and everything.
I'd say
Um,
core.
you think Core? I mean, Core has the connection with Dusk, and Core literally fought with Thor. So that's the thing. Like
Mm,
the Core and Thor have like literally fought against each other. Vector is actually pretty cool because he comes from the year 3000, and he went back into the 1980s and fought Cabal with Sentinel. So that's why it's hard for me to answer that question. That's
yeah.
all.
Core also
Wait,
moved
he's
the,
from 3000.
Yeah,
Core
Vector's
also
from
moved
the
the
year
Vector,
3000.
yeah.
3000.
So Vector was from Earth, but in like the year 3006, and apparently there's Mecha Assassin Blackstorm. They needed they were dealing with that, and I guess they had to go back to the 1980s to destroy Cabal and Mecha Assassin Blackstorm. And Vector looks the way he does because they have in the year 3000 they have a way different idea of what humans looked like. They thought 1980s Earth was like some I don't know some Journey album cover or something. I don't know, um, or some like heavy metal of yeah. So but it's really hilarious because Vector has all these like 1980s references, like these Transformers. He makes Top Gun references, like of heavy metal stuff, which was big in the 1980s. All that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's and I feel like that's the way. And I think Vector's a really interesting thing in that sense because, of course, I think in the future they are going to look back at generations like us and see certain pieces of culture and
Oh
think
yeah,
that was
totally.
like everybody. Um,
They'll see bra moments all over the place.
Oh god.
Someone's asking, where do you see Brawlhalla in 5 years? Will
as
it
an
be like an
esport.
esport or whatever, stuff like that?
I'm gonna stay still on the internet. Hard guess.
Still on the
Still
internet.
Brawlhalla as an esport in 5 years is a tough one. It would be Of course, when it hits 10 years old, it won't be like the second of its kind. But if it is to do that, it will be one of the few that lasts like League has for 10 years. Because of course, if those who don't know, League of Legends hit 10 years last year for
last year.
Worlds. And so definitely something that I'm very interested in. I wanna be around for Brawlhalla in 5 years. That's for sure.
Yeah, me too.
What will I be? I'll be
I
26.
it's hard for me to think that far ahead since I feel like I'm so new in Brawlhalla, but still, I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. Certainly,
I think the game will be in a state that we can't even describe. Because if
I imagine so. Like we just got Battle Pass, right? Like that changes so much about maybe
Yeah.
not so much esports or something, but like if the devs do that, I imagine there's lots of other stuff they're not telling us that are still in the works.
Oh god, yeah. But I think for the three of us, sadly excluding you a little bit here, Baron.
That's
Since
fine.
the three of us have all come from the game like in
You,
its olden days.
and also, you're more in the esports scene as well.
Yeah. I think if we looked back at 2015, 2016 Brawlhalla and said that it was going to be like this in like 4 years, 4 or 5 years, I don't think anyone would have said that it would be.
I still don't really believe that it is. Like, some part of me is just like,
Oh,
wait,
dude.
how?
Like $200,000 tournament? What?
Massive.
Massive. It's insane.
Absolutely
Um,
humongous.
It's huge. That's huge.
It's
yeah.
huge, mate.
No.
Oh no,
Oh,
you're putting
God.
some Australian in there.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
whoops.
God.
I'm hoping the game's still around in 5 years.
Oh, it will be. It's got a really good system.
I'm
to
quite
for long-
confident that it will
I think
be. Yeah.
survivability wise it does. It's just depending if of course BMG have like a new project or something they want to put out instead, and if we turn into the new Dungeon Blitz.
I have a question. What do
You
you
have a
think the
question. No, you
diamond avatar will look like in 5 years?
Oh
It's
boy.
just a blue square. That's
It's
it. Just a blue square.
Sorry, what was the question? Something about what?
What do
The
you think the
diamond
avatars
avatar
will
in
look
5
like
years.
in 5 years?
The the avatars in the game.
Yeah, because of course, like every year they become, or every like season they become more extravagant, and then every 5 seasons they become like a new design.
Avatars.
Oh, I can't wait to
Yeah.
see this year's one.
Oh yeah,
They'll
'cause
just be
we got
they'll
another
just
one.
be like they'll just be like holograms at some point, right? Like,
Yeah.
like just floating above your computer screen or what? I don't know.
Oh yeah, for me, I've been diamond ever since season 0, even before season 1, when the game was still in
Good gravy.
relatively
Wow.
relatively
Hey, me
early
too.
beta. And diamond emblem tier 5 has just the helmet with some fancy border, and then tier 10 has very fancy helmet with very fancy border. Then tier 15 has very fancy border with a shield. It's just taking up more and more as time goes on.
Yeah.
It'll be
It's really funny.
unrecognizable at this
It's
point.
just gonna be like a blue. It'll just be like a dark blue square, or like the purpley blue, with like just all of the light blue around it.
Or
And
just a
then they'll
very
start
poorly
over
s-
from there, right? Like they'll
Yep,
just reset and go.
just a
Like,
very poorly drawn smiley face as it. They just gave up the end.
in the 4th year, it'll just be
20,
a Comic Sans D.
20 years from now, yeah, everyone flexing about their elo. I have no elo to flex. That's why I kind of have to lean on my lore so heavily, my lore knowledge so heavily. But
I
in
don't have
20
Evo to
20
flex
years, it'll
either.
just be like in 20 years, the avatar will just be like a blue square, but like with 3 tick marks or something. So you know, so it's just like all kinds of like meta in the
Just has the
avatars.
word diamond on it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Diamond with the D is backwards.
Actually, the avatar I'm using right now in the game, even though I have lots of avatars, and we'll get more in the battle pass, I'm using the back to school avatar for it. I thought that was most appropriate for me. The one from this past back to school season.
So for seasonal avatars, they don't change every year. They every back to school is the same, which is kind of disappointing.
Oh, okay.
The only
well,
thing
fair
that
enough. Like
changes
yeah.
is the seasonal podiums if they've had one out, because of course there's not one for back to school, which I kind of wish there was like just a stack of books.
I would love that, honestly. Just
I
stand on a big
know,
library or something.
I
Hey,
know.
expired.
Hello.
Someone won the Brawl League avatar.
I know.
Play. Oh,
They
okay.
have not replied, so they don't get it yet.
Oh,
Oof.
Plaxy's BH
Yeah.
was the person that won.
I'm keeping an eye. Don't worry, Mr. Botanic.
I don't have
I know
eyes, so I'm
for
just making sure.
Halloween there was a beta design for the podium where it was just a stack of pumpkins, and I really want that back.
Oh, that would be
Um,
fun.
I don't know what podium I'm using currently. I think I'm using the 2016 Halloween.
The
Cause
Heart Hammer Lollipop is in Core's Valentine skin.
chocolate.
Chocore latte, yeah.
Puns.
Well, it seems Plays is not here. That's a shame. I'm sorry, Plays. Puds. That's rigged.
Pud! Hey!
Hey.
I will still give away 2, so it's not just that one. But the other winner is Adrenix1, which is the last person if they are here. But depends if they're here. They are here, which is the last one. That is
Nice.
the last giveaway for today.
GG.
We have hit our time, so it is currently time to wrap up for today's podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been great talking to you both.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure. I've been looking forward to this all weekend. Thanks for having me.
Gamers.
So remember, everyone who is here, that we have the art contest beginning already. So just remember to head over to brawlleague.com/art to make sure that you get the terms and conditions correctly. But other than that, thank you very much, and we'll see you guys maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. We'll have to decide on how soon we're doing our next one. But the ending date for the contest is the 7th of June. Make sure you enter.
Good luck to all of you talented artists out there.
Thanks, gamers.